Hey guys, this is Mr. H. I am doing question 9 from the January 2026 Algebra 1 Regents exam. Basically, it's a question where you have to rearrange a formula. And I'm going to do it the way that I teach my students, and then I'm going to show you kind of the traditional way to do it as well. They've given us a formula to find the surface area of a cylinder, and it's S equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r times h. R is the radius, h is the height of the cylinder, and they want to get h by itself in terms of s, pi, and r. Now, the way that I like to do this is I just tell my students to store numbers. So the very first number that you're going to store 2 into r, and then we can do 3 into h. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the formula, and we're going to calculate what the surface area is based on those two numbers. So let me grab the calculator and show you what I'm doing. I've already done this. So I stored 2 into r, 3 into h, and then I took the formula, everything, and I just entered it. And then whatever this calculation is, what this value, excuse me, I'm storing it into s. So I got 62.8318. It's an irrational number. That's okay. But then what I'm going to do is once I store that number into h, I'm just going to go through and I'm going to type in each equation until I get the one that's true. And as it turns out, let me go back. It's actually the first one. So it's h is equal to s minus 2 pi r squared divided by 2 pi r. Right, so that's the answer. So that's the easy way to check your work. Or if you want to just do that straight off. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it algebraically. First thing I like to do is I like to use PEMDAS. Now, in relation to the h, the first thing I'm doing is I'm multiplying h by 2 pi r. So I'm putting 2 pi r and I'm multiplying it times h. The second thing that I'm doing to the h is I'm adding, excuse me, 2 pi r squared. So I'm adding. So the first thing I do is multiply. The second thing I do is add. Now, I'm just going to reverse the order. In fact, I'm going to change colors to show you that. I'm going to start by doing the opposite. So I'm going to subtract 2 pi r squared. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 2 pi r. So all I'm doing is I'm reversing the order, and then I'm doing the inverse of whatever I did originally. So inverse and reverse. I call this the multiverse, right? So now I know h is going to be by itself. S is already on the other side. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to subtract 2 pi r squared, because that's the first thing I'm supposed to do. Done. Second thing, I'm going to divide by 2 pi r. Whatever this difference is, I'm dividing it by 2 pi r. And that's it. I don't have anything else to do. And if you look, that's the first one. So if you're doing it algebraically, you're just going to do, I use PEMDAS. I do PEMDAS first, and then I'm going to do the inverse of PEMDAS, and I'm going to reverse the order. Okay? So I reverse the order, and I do the inverse of whatever the operation was that I originally did. And then that kind of leads me to my answer. So I checked it using storing numbers, and I've done it algebraically, so I know number 1 is the answer. So I'm going to stop this and post.